Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, you questioners, seekers of truth with a capital T, pilgrims longing for sanctuary, travelers needing harbor from the storm. Welcome, those who are holding on by a thread, determined breakers of the chains of loneliness and isolation. You pushed through your fear because something told you you deserve to belong. Welcome home. Welcome, those who braid ropes again and again. You've been there for our siblings who were just hanging on. You gave them a hand into community and told them they could rest here. Welcome, you who seek spiritual and religious community for your children and grandchildren. You entrust your young people here, and we as a community commit to nurture and respect them. Welcome, children and youth. You give us the gift of your wisdom, your joy, your curiosity, and your trust that we will hold all of it safe. Welcome. Welcome home. There is in this place the possibility of healing, of repair, of making things right within ourselves, between us, and with the wider world. There is in this place possibility. Welcome home. First Parish Brewster Unitarian Universalist celebrates 325 years of existence this year, and we note with pride that our community's persistence is a mix of holding to tradition and changing with the times. We value the insights of all the world's religions in a way our ancestors would never have imagined. And we welcome the insights of modern science in a way that likely would have caused more than a few pilgrims to faint. It's kind of a goal, actually, to make pilgrims faint. It is not just our mutability that has allowed us to live so long. It is our determination to be in service to and radically welcoming for the community that surrounds us. When we say you are welcome, we mean it with our whole hearts. If you've come in person today, we are delighted to see you. If you're joining us online, and let's please welcome our online friends, we understand the compliment of that choice you have made and welcome you. If you are visiting, we see your bravery and curiosity, and we bid you welcome, and we won't make you introduce yourselves. You will, however, find a card in the pew in front of you that will allow us to keep you on top of all things First Parish, should you come back at a later time when maybe you'll want to introduce yourself. Welcome home, old friends and new. Welcome home. A few announcements for the good of the order. You may have noticed there is some stuff going on the front lawn. You may have noticed that there's a lot of good food in the other part of the building. It is our spring festival. It's delightful. Please do take some time to meander through and to participate in some good commerce this morning. There will also be a parents' forum after the service. We will start at 11:45 so that you have time to look at everyone's wares and to please fuel up your little people so that they can last. Thirdly, on the last Sunday of the month, we will be having a celebration for our beloved Kayeza and Ricky, celebrating their first anniversary and giving them all of the wonderful love and delight that we have been holding all year. So look out. There are details in the angle. It is also a special day today. it is Linda and Gloria's anniversary. 22 legal years. We love you. Oh, apparently it's lots of people's anniversaries. Did both parties know? Are we good? Okay, good. All right, I gotcha. I'm never clear. All right, you learned too much. All of that, most of it anyway, is in the future. And we would like to be here in this most joyous and precious present. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in and let it go. And you can label that in a way if it helps you. Sometimes I label it in with the good things, out with the other things. Whatever works for you. Take another one. As we are blessed with the gift of music this morning, I would remind you to continue to breathe with intention so that you can make yourself available to the present and to the possibility of sacred right here together.
Do not leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. Bring your pain and sorrow and joy. There's a place for them upon the altar of life. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here. And do not leave your cares at the door. This is a place of grace, a place of losing and finding our way upon the winding road. Meeting and parting, stumbling and starting over.
Our chalice lighting words this morning were inspired by Alice Anachika Naisman. She writes, "Let us take a moment to honor the ancestors of this church, the people who came together to create a home for liberal religion here in Brewster, who worked to raise money for a building, who sat in committee meetings and created bylaws, who chopped and marinated and baked for potlucks, who painted and weeded and pounded nails and washed countless dishes, who gathered to worship, to learn, to grieve, to heal, to serve, to build justice, to transform their lives and this world. We are the recipients of an incredible gift and a beautiful vision. Let us do our part to keep this place, this congregation, strong, vital, and thriving for the generations to come.
Welcoming new members, which is our primary task today, provides us all with the opportunity to think about who we are and who we wish to be together. Please join me in a responsive reading adapted from the words of the Reverend John Burens, who previously served both in Needham and also as the president of the UUA. You'll find the words for our reading on the insert in your order of service. Scott and I will read the plain text. Please respond with the words in italics.
Blessed are those who yearn for deepening more than escape, who are not afraid to grow in spirit.
Blessed are those who take seriously the bonds of community, who regularly join in celebration and learning, who come as much to minister as to be ministered to.
Blessed are those who know that the church is often imperfect and strive to resolve conflicts through compassion and conversation.
Blessed are those who value relationship over rightness and who value the life of the community in moments of challenge and strife.
Blessed are those who speak their minds in meetings, who can take and give criticism and feedback, and those who keep their sense of humor healthy and alive.
Blessed are those who know that the work of the church is the transformation of society, who have a vision of beloved community, transcending the present, and who do not shrink from controversy, sacrifice, or change.
Blessed are they indeed. And blessed are we today as we welcome new members into our growing and loving fold.
Good morning. For 325 years, ceremonies like this one have welcomed new members to First Parish. Generation to generation, we are linked with each other and every member who has come before. A congregation evolving as it covenants together in search of spiritual meaning and renewal. Today, we are pleased to welcome 16 new members who have joined our First Parish community since September 2025. In addition to these new members in the sanctuary, we welcome those who could not join us today, including Bird, Melinda Mariniuk, and Dana McCoy. And now I would like to invite the new members who could join us today to come forward. We won't make you stand up here for very long, we promise. Cameron Blomdahl, Sue Costello, Jeff Keffer, Ina Cole, Michael Cole, Mark Kessling, Liz Murphy, Paula Koch, Nick Lawrence, Tim Lepole, Liz Perkins, Marilla Scudder Davis, and Roy Scudder Davis. Many of you may know some of these folks, but if not, I invite you to meet them over cake during coffee hour today. Our new members have met us, have grown to know us, and have asked themselves if this might be their spiritual home. They have done the work of exploration and consideration, and they have made a commitment to us through participating in our tradition of signing the book. What a gift they have given us of their trust and vulnerability.
No community worth joining is perfect, nor is it ever filled with the perfect. This we know, and this also we are called to remember. The hard truth is none of us will always live up to our ideals. However, the obligation of community calls us back together whenever we fall short. By joining us, you too are and will be invited to stay in relationship with us, to come back to the table with us, even and especially when it is hard, because we know that we are better together. We know that it is together that we live more fully, and we know that only together can we bring alive the spirit of love.
And so it is that joining First Parish Brewster, Unitarian Universalist, means being part of this gathered aspirational community. It means speaking out on the future of our congregation. It means offering and receiving the gifts of the Spirit. And it means supporting others and being supported in return. Knowing all of this, if you will join us in this mission and work, my new friends, say, I will. My other friends, let us now meet this gift from our new members with our own promise to continue to grow in love and commitment to them and to continue the work of forging tomorrow's community together. I ask you, the congregation of First Parish Brewster, these 3 questions to demonstrate our welcome and covenant with these fine souls. 1. Do you, as a community committed to respecting the wisdom of all, promise to welcome these new members not just as individuals taking part in our traditions, but as new members who help us to construct our collective identity moving forward? If so, please respond by saying, we do. We do. Do you, this is 2. Do you, as a community committed to diversity of thought and belief, promise to address conflict and difference with compassion and curiosity? If so, please respond by saying, we do. We do. Do you, this is 3, almost done. Do you, as a community committed to service, promise to have made to make a commitment to us, to have made a commitment to us through participating in our tradition of signing the book? Oh, rats, we skipped a page. One more time.
Yeah, try again.
Let's go. Do you, as a community committed to service, promise to work alongside these new members to carry our mission into our larger community, to be the change we want to see in the world? If so, please respond by saying, we do. We do.
It is done then. On behalf of all of us gathered, I welcome you to our community. We've assembled some tokens of our esteem for you, as well as a document marking your membership. We are so grateful you have chosen to be here with us. May we always be a blessing to each other.
One last thing before you go sit down. I will now ask the new members to join Reverend Julia and I in leading our affirmation. I hope you guys have that. If you don't, you can fake it. We're going to read the plain text aloud, but you, the gathered people out there in the audience facing us, please respond with the text in italics. We believe in love.
Love is the doctrine of this church.
We believe in truth.
The quest for truth is its sacrament.
We believe in helping others.
And service is our prayer.
We believe in the sacredness of life. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Or please head out. We're going to now stand.
We'll invite you now to rise in body or spirit, and we'll sing together our opening hymn from the Gray Hymnal, 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come in.
All right. We have a task for all of you. It's going to require some real commitment. We're going to play Beach Ball Bonanza. Yes, my assistant will distribute. Now, it turns out that we're not very good at getting to know each other anymore. I'm not saying First Parish, I'm saying humans. All right, I've lost you. It's all right. It's all right. I taught 9th grade. I can do this. If you would please grab the ball for a moment and hold it as instructions are given. Beautiful. Fabulous. All right. You won't have to be still for long, even you all. All right, so the deal is that we're going to do exactly what you just did, but when you catch the ball, your thumb will land on a panel, and there will be an abbreviated question. You are to answer it. You are not to overthink. It's not to be more than a half a sentence at best, and then you are to get rid of it. We are revealing really important things here, like favorite movies, favorite books, favorite colors, favorite food. Really, you don't have to work very hard at this at all. However, at coffee hour, you can follow up and argue about books and movies and even food, but I'm staying away from that. All right? So the idea is to be quick, to hear from as many people as possible, and to learn something about someone that you didn't know before. Are we ready? Hot dog. Let's go. Do it. If you're holding a ball, you're going to have to throw it. Look out for the chandelier or I'll get in big trouble. You have to answer the questions or we're just having gym class. our friends in the balcony lost their ball. That is so sad. What's your favorite book up in the balcony? There we go. Prepare for your last toss. Prepare for your last toss. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All is well. All is well. Thank you for indulging me. And nothing is broken. Thank you. Please join me in singing our rambunctious young people out of the room. He wanted to play Beach Ball Bonanza some more. This morning's offering is a split plate with We Thrive, formerly known as the Cape and Islands Gay and Straight Youth Alliance. We Thrive is a peer-led support group and network providing support and assistance to LGBTQ+ young people across our region, including some innovative and community-specific approaches to affordable housing. This work alongside these new members to carry our mission. Good grief, she just did it. This organization was nominated by the Welcoming Congregation LGBTQ+ Committee. You can learn more at wethrive.us. Your gifts will be appreciated both by this vital organization and by your own FPB community, and the offering will now be gratefully received.
Coming and in going, peace in labor and in
Dear ones, I'd ask you to get as comfortable as you can get in your seat. For some of you, that might mean putting both feet on the floor, but if that's not you, that's okay. Just be comfortable. Take in a deep breath and let it go. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, I'm going to ask you to imagine some things. And again, if that's not comfortable for you, don't do it. Do what makes you comfortable in this moment. I'm going to ask that you imagine that from the heels of your feet, there are roots reaching down, down through the wood, down through the dirt, down to a core that is steady and solid. And I want you to imagine that those roots give you energy that you need to feel steady and solid, and maybe even ready for whatever will be required of you. I want you then to imagine that same energy is reaching out through your arms into your hands. And from your hands, that it is extending to people that you love. And from your hands, it is extending to people that you think you might love. And from your hands, it is extending to people that seem really interesting, but you don't know well enough to have that kind of opinion yet. And I want you to imagine that they, in turn, are extending their hands. And the energy that you are sharing with them, that you are deriving from all that keeps us steady and safe, is being shared with others in the same way, with people they love, with people they think they might love, with people they're just curious about. And then I'd like you to imagine that in one moment we all try to share that energy with people we find it difficult to love. The trying is a good step. Every step that we take in sharing energy, life force, love, whatever words you need to use to make it sound real to you, is what keeps us tied in a web of commitment and safety. In these walls, we call it membership, but it is so much more. Every day, we take care of one another as we extend grace and help and receive the same in return. As we step into a moment of shared silence, I would invite you to speak the names aloud of people who are on your heart today, either in joy or in sorrow, so that they might be shared with this compassionate community.
Today's reading is adapted from the words of A. Powell Davies, a Unitarian minister who last served at All Souls Unitarian Church in Washington, D.C. He writes, "None of our private worlds is big enough for us to live a wholesome life in. We need the wider world of joy and wonder, of purpose and venture, of toil and tears. What are we, any of us, but strangers and sojourners, forlornly wandering through the nighttime until we draw together and find the meaning of our lives in one another, dissolving our fears in each other's courage, making music together and lighting torches to guide us through the dark. We belong together. Love is what we need to love and be loved. Let our hearts be open, and what we would receive from others, let us give. For what is given still remains to bless the giver, when that gift is love."
You may have heard, I have heard, over the last several years, about an epidemic of loneliness in the United States. And the thing about loneliness is that it has impacts beyond the feeling of loneliness for an individual. It impacts our hearts, our literal physical hearts. Our health more generally than that. It has mental health impacts. The degree to which loneliness has detrimental effects is such that the Surgeon General, back when we had a Surgeon General, wrote a special report about those effects that emphasized the need for folks to actively work on building a reliable social circle. It will not surprise you that this report and the conversations that it prompted were in the wake of the COVID epidemic that shook our networked and interdependent existence to the core. Some are talking about that experience again now as we look at disease and we wonder whether our current administration is ready to handle that which might come. What I would ask today is whether we are ready to recover from what has been and to be stronger in the face of whatever may come. Because I believe the problem that makes us lonely is far older than COVID and has everything to do with individualism as religion in America. We've had lots of brilliant people notice the social and political impacts of individualism over the years. The Surgeon General commented on these health effects. Robert Putnam, on whom I was steadily educated as a graduate student, it's a very big book, suggested that our decreased public social engagement in the form of bowling leagues and Elks Clubs has diminished our civic capacity. But before any of that, Hannah Arendt pointed to loneliness as a point of vulnerability for developing authoritarianism. This is an idea that I come back to again and again and again as our polarized landscape gets jostled by policy decisions that inspire chaos at best. In a previous sermon, I confessed to wanting to understand what drives people who see the world differently than I do. And while I think there are a variety of answers to that question that are all likely true, I'm confident that a kind of loneliness also plays a part. The yearning to belong is universal, and its saddest manifestation in loneliness can provide a level of desperation that leads us to making great sacrifices to fill that hole, where nourishment of the spirit, where care and concern, where being seen and heard, where belonging should reside. We fill that hole with so many things, and often literally just with things. If our problem with trash and a tireless consumer economy, or my Facebook feed, which increasingly has no people, just a stream of ads that I keep blocking, if all of that has anything to tell us. We all, under all of it, want to belong. The person who disagrees with you most fervently wants to belong, just as you want to belong. You may not want to belong to the same things, but it is the same feeling that you seek. On this day at First Parish, we've made a declaration of belonging, of welcome, of inclusion. But let none of us be deceived into thinking that the chant of I will and we do is sufficient for stemming the tide of loneliness in a culture where we are praised for solving problems on our own, where we are encouraged to do inner work in the face of structural inequality, and where we are graded and given merit raises as individuals, as though anything we are doing is actually just about the effort of one person. For it's not just our hearts that yearn for release from the loneliness of self-reliance. It is everything about us. It is our evolutionary reality. It is all of the social science research for which we are losing funding by the minute. It is all of the world's religions, including the very one that those who tout individualism at the loudest volume, all of the world's religions remind us that we are not and do not have to be alone. We're not meant to do it. Life, this big thing, or any of our personal chapters, joys, or tragedies alone. While you may be tempted because of your training and upbringing to attempt to bootstrap your way through life, I too was trained in this way. It is exhausting. After all that labor, you may find your relative success eroded by a sense that it is uncomfortable being the only survivor on the island that you create in pursuing that version of the American dream. The shared values of Unitarian Universalism demand something different of us. They call us not just to interdependence, which indicates that we actually cannot operate in our own private silos with no impact on others, but into collaborative efforts to create justice, equity, and personal and societal transformation. We're called to the kind of generosity that breaks down the walls of isolation. And we are called to the promotion of and procedural encouragement of pluralism. Different people working together to find the places where they agree and make things better. Our values, in other words, assume others, not just a group of individuals, but others. Others in a web of energy, care, and concern. And further, those others will be diverse and varied, and those differences will offer us collective opportunities to grow, right? That's the word we use when it's really hard. We're growing. To co-create, to learn to keep love at the center and favor relationship over rightness. On this auspicious day where we welcome new friends and compatriots, what if we truly embodied, if we viewed this covenantal body as both place of worship and as mutual aid society? In other words, we actively expect that at times we will give and at other times we will receive. And that this is a natural occurrence, not a personal failure, not a moral flaw, not a moment of weakness, but rather one that is a moment of beloved interconnection, a progression that is written in the book of fate for all people who traverse this thing called life. At some times, we will be able to comfort and care for one another. And at other times, we will choose to allow ourselves to be vulnerable enough to ask for help. And we will be sure enough of the love we have built to know that it will come. We grow into the roles of giving and receiving. We all take, we all give, we all love, and over time, we are all known. I'd offer that the experience of loneliness is a signal, and that our social networks rely on us paying attention to that loneliness, hearing the alarm bell that our wisest selves are ringing, trying to remind us to reach out, to join in, to get connected. Even the introverts, I'm talking to you, us, too. I would also offer that any tendency toward feeling that we as individuals or even a family unit have made it is a similar signal of warning that suggests our relationship with our larger community needs some re-examination. Today, we pledge to be members together, and what a joyful thing. But that is not a one-time event. We renew these promises each Sunday when we say the affirmation and greet one another. We renew those promises every time we see one another in town and create that small island of community within a larger context. We renew those promises every time we dare to cross the social streams by introducing church friends to club friends and gardening friends to church friends and everybody to choir friends because they're always up for it. We risk being known more fully by all of our circles as we help others make new connections. We renew those promises each time we choose to be vulnerable. Because, dear ones, it is all just surface words if we never choose to allow ourselves to be seen, or we never allow someone a place where they can take that risk. Deep ties are built slowly. But as adults in community, we cannot rely on the gift of a shared homeroom like Reverend Scott and I had for years to get to know one another. That intimacy, that belonging, that shield against the damage of toxic individualism and the ravages of loneliness, that is something we beyond the schoolyard and the dorm room must choose to construct. We must actively and consciously choose to engage, to welcome, to build trust, to be vulnerable, and to hold one another in times of trouble. We must create the space for belonging and love that we want in the world. And we must do it together. As members, as friends, as Americans, and as humans, every moment, every day, always, I will.
Let us rise and join to sing our closing hymn from the Gray Hymnal, 145, As Tranquil Streams.
Marcella's extinguishing words come today from Craig Rowland, who writes, "As we extinguish this flame, may we carry its warmth into the world not as a memory, but as a promise. A promise that you deserve a place where your voice matters, where your laughter is treasured and your silence is honored. You deserve a circle that sees your scars and your strength, your doubts and your radiance, and holds them all with care. Let us be that circle for one another, a community of fierce welcome, wild grace, and radical hope. Today we get to go knowing that you belong here, and you always have."
Friends, if you're comfortable doing so, join hands. Join as many hands as you can. Toes, hair, whatever. We are a different kind of church. And whatever taste or touch you've had in this time and place of wonder, of awe, of mystery, of joy, or of curiosity, that is your good news to carry out into the world. The promises we make to one another and the practice that we engage in here together is our heartfelt preparation for building a better world all around us. Shine boldly as you carry the message and the practice of growing community with love at the center. Amen and blessed be. Please join us with cake and food and so many good things.